Good morning, Jim. How you doing?
Good morning, Alex. Good to see you.
Good to see you today. It's a beautiful day today.
Beautiful day in Vancouver.
So I just want to say a few things and ask you to introduce yourself.
Sure.
And of course, welcome to VBNF.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we love to have you being our partner. So let me ask you a few questions.
Excellent. No problem.
So how do you learn about VBNF?
I learned about VBNF through a friend. And I was certainly interested right away about getting involved because my business is a new business model in the construction industry, and we're a completely different outlook on construction and different level of performance, so we were certainly interested in being involved and getting my business model out to your business network of professionals, into your circle, because we know that there's a need for a construction platform like mine in the marketplace. So we were just, we just thought it was a great fit.
I think the same too. So welcome to VBNF again.
Thank you.
Can you tell me about your business and how we may work together?
Sure. FairTradeWorks is a construction service for residential and commercial clients who are planning to build new structures or renovate. Our goal is to make your construction experience enjoyable as well as extremely successful. Our advisors are there to protect the client throughout the entire project, from planning to completion and all the way in between. And that's where we differ. We're not a construction platform, we're a construction advisory team where every one of our clients gets partnered with one of our construction advisors, and they're third party to the construction industry, and they're the advocate through the construction process. So we make sure they get fair pricing, they get market value, access to wholesale construction materials, and we just protect them to make sure that they're paying what they should be paying for the construction project, as well as we maintain quality. We're an escrow service, we monitor all the funds, etc., etc. So it's a completely different model on the construction process, and we all know that there's disasters and the overruns, and for investors trying to look into real estate development, they just don't know which way to turn all that fragmentation. So we're here to become that even platform in the construction industry to help people who want to renovate, build, investors, real estate agents. We're there for the whole industry to help them perform and make the projects very successful.
Very good. So what is the process that you're going to be doing?
Yeah, the process, briefly, because it's fairly in-depth, is that we simply we meet our clients, a free consultation. We sit down, we listen and learn what their end goals are, whether it be an investment portfolio, whether it be renovating their home, building a new home. We listen, we tie down the scope of work, and we document that, and that becomes our benchmark. And from that, we put it out to tender to our pool of approved contracts and trades, and we market very heavily. You'll see us on global TV, you'll hear us on the radio station. We talk to 1 million people every day. And that's one benefit that we do have. We have a massive resource pool, and we heavily screen the contracts and trades that work on our platform. We've had 2,000 companies apply to want to work with us, and we've screened about 400, so we have a very large resource of construction. So we put the project out to tender, and all the companies that are approved, so quality construction companies, are competing for the construction process, and they submit their bids, and we present the lowest bid to our client, and we know that it's pre-screened. We know that it's all tendering on apples to apples on this document, and from there we go on to manage the project right through to completion. We set contracts, timelines, money transfers, so it's very transparent for the consumer, and they know exactly what they're going to pay, and they know exactly how long it's going to take, and they know exactly the quality that's going to be produced. And through the process, my advisors, they monitor it, they inspect and report back to our client. We have a custom software so that our consumers could be in their office on the beach in Hawaii, in overseas, and actually be able to watch their project unfold, ask questions. There's a document scope package is uploaded to that piece of software as well, so it's a really interactive electronic portal to the project, so they can feel really in control of what's going on and in tune at all times. One good thing to know also is we're an escrow service, so the money that is agreed upon in the contract terms at the beginning is put into trust, and we handle the money transactions for the consumer so that they never overpay at any time. We always maintain a leveraged position. Many times construction companies ask for a large deposit. We don't think that's necessary. We don't know why construction companies ask for that. We manage it. We tell the consumer when and why they have to pay, and that binds to the construction package. So we're basically safeguarding our clients' monies, and that works for local projects and it works for overseas projects. So that again, our entire portfolio of consumers is protected at all times, and that's our job, is to protect them and make sure that they get exactly what they're paying for on time and budget, and the quality is very important to us. We only deal with building quality structures.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time we had a project and you never know when it's finished.
Right.
But when the time clock running and you are paying.
Yes.
And then
especially
you also,
investments.
especially, yeah, exactly. Like you can miss the market if you miss a few months.
Yeah, I feel that the marketplace is at mercy to the construction industry. They have no leverage over it, and it's just expected to overrun and cost more money and go overruns on time. There's excuse after excuse after excuse, and we just get rid of all that.
Yeah.
Create a tight package and basically do what we say we're going to do from the outset, and make sure that we have leverage over all our construction teams to make
So
sure.
you also go to the site to make sure they keep up with the quality.
Absolutely. We monitor, again, we're third party, so we're not the general contractor rushing through the job. We're trying to meet deadlines. We're third party to that, so we go in as inspectors, third party inspectors. We inspect the quality, we report back to the client, and only when the quality has reached our standards and the timelines are met, we pay the contracts and trade. So we always, again, maintain that leverage position and drive them by payment terms and contracts.
So in general, if I want to build a 3,000 square foot residential residence, what would be the timeline?
For the construction, of course it varies, there's variance, right? But again, one of our mandates is to bring construction speed up to a world market, right? So, I deal with the mainland Chinese market, and they expect things to be done fast because they're used to that kind of pace in the marketplace. And I come from British roots, so I was born into a fast construction pace. So we try to, again, guarantee but reduce construction times. I've heard, we know that 3,000 square foot single family home in Greater Vancouver can take up to 2 years to build, which is absolutely ludicrous, especially in the markets if it's an investment portfolio. So we try to, once we break ground on a single family home around 3,000 square foot, higher end home, west side Vancouver, for example, we try to go from start to handing the keys over in 8 months.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, 8 months is a good timing.
It's simply just organisation and being professional, It's about just driving and managing the project correctly in a professional manner. So
let's say if I want to build a single house as an investment.
Okay.
In general, what kind of return you think the market, like of course the market price change all the time, but in general, what kind of return do I expect?
Okay, well, I'll give you actually a live example of a west side property that I invested in personally, corporately, and it's our flagship build. Internally, we purchased a single family home lot on the west side of Vancouver, McDonald 26 area. We paid just under $2 million for the land. We have about $800,000, $900,000 in construction costs, and obviously carrying costs and soft costs, architect, engineer, which we also offer very cost-effective packages for. We do all that internally, so it really expedites the process, because that carrying cost between when you purchase the land and you get building permits is a critical time to drive that project forward. And that particular project, just to be clear, with $1.8 million in the land, our soft and hard construction costs will drive out about $500,000 in profit. So 8 months of construction time, because of the zoning, RS5, we have about 8 to 10 months in City Hall. So, just under 2 years with a $3 million investment, we can return $500,000 in profit to our investors, which is a pretty strong return investment.
Yeah.
And we always talk to our investors and say, it's good to do 1 or 2, but there's economies of scale. If we can get pools or teams together or investors with confidence, the more we do, or we cluster 2 or 3 together, we can drive construction costs down a little bit more and be more cost effective. Yeah. And we spread that through our investors to give their return on investment a better rate.
Yeah. So you do also look for a good piece of land for the investor at the same time?
Yeah, we have good contacts. We have good realtors internally and contacts. So if investors are interested in looking at some return numbers, we always gain interest first. If they're truly interested, then we're happy to go out there and offer some suggested land. We encourage them to use their own realtors, so it's third-party advice again, so they get trusted advice. We find land, we offer a performer of soft construction costs, design, engineers, City Hall submission, and a construction package, fixed price package, which again is cost effective because we do it all in-house, and then we offer that, tie it with the cost of the current land. We project the markets, and we play around with the return on those investments. And like I said, we like to do it ourselves with our own realtors, and then ask them to do it with their circle as well, so they get a comparable, so they feel comfortable moving forward. And that's what we're all about. It's gaining trust. We don't hide anything. We're completely transparent, and we're here to be people's chosen construction brand for life. So we're looking at building relationships in 1 to 2 to 5 to 10 to 20 years. I'm a young guy. I'm going to be in this business till I retire, so I'm starting to mould and build relationships that are going to last and be very profitable and prosperous for all of us for the short and the long term.
So do you also do like a larger project like shopping mall, condo, multi-family housing?
We do. We have some coming up. We're really interested in the commercial stuff. We've built many restaurants. We manage the Tap and Barrel restaurant group in Vancouver. We have a couple more spaces coming up. We just renovated things like the White Spot downtown at Drake and Granville. We have another one coming up in Metrotown. But our biggest project on our portfolio right now, which we're very proud of, is actually in Ontario, just north of Toronto, which is a 72-acre site, mixed use, high-end homes, hotel, restaurants, boat jetty, floating dock. So we can, my platform and our resources go from a small renovation, which will be cost effective, and it drives up to large development. So we're looking to we take on any and all construction, and my team is very savvy and spread. It's not just a bunch of locals. I have great resources like project management Ireland, from mainland China, myself from Europe, and it's a very diverse mix, and collectively, plus all our resource of 400 companies on our platform, we can tackle any and all projects and become very cost effective.
Good. So you also do like when you have big project, let's say you plan for a big project, and you also can look for investment to get the project going. So do you like to have investment dollar?
Yes.
From my people?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I think it comes back to the fact that I have large resources to build and be transparent and build long-term relationships. So I think we're a perfect platform and model, and also we're a very public company. You'll see us on global TV, you'll see us on the radio, you'll see, again, we talk to 1 million people in the public every day, so we have to say what we're going to do because we are so public. And yes, we're certainly looking for investors for deal-specific projects who are looking for a company that is build quality, build relationships, be transparent, and represent them to get them the best return on investment and do what we do best, and that's simply build structures.
So how many projects you have done before?
I've been in the business in Vancouver for 10 years. Perkins Construction is my existing company, and I've had that for 8 years, and FairTradeWorks is nearly 2 years old now. Currently on our portfolio we have about 30 projects ranging from high-end single-family homes to the 72-acre development in Toronto. Restaurants we have ongoing right now with chains like the White Spot chain. Yesterday, for example, we signed a deal with one of the biggest houses in Shaughnessy from a mainland Chinese individual who just got here, and he bought the land. He's planning a $12 million renovation on a Shaughnessy heritage house with us. So up to huge scales and a high-end finishing for that. We have probably 8 to 12 renovations, scaling from a basement renovation up to an addition. So we're really savvy on the renovation market, and particularly high-end renovations where we can look at the existing structures and really transform it into something that is basically brand new, and we've become very cost effective and cut our timelines down in City Hall. And in these markets, whenever we're jockeying for land and the carrying costs and the spread and all that wasted time in City Hall, I think it's a great option to look at some renovation projects with investors so we can just jump right into them. Permits come quick, budgets become tight, and we can transfer.
So renovation project means they have an existing house, older house, you renovate it, or you tear it down, or you do addition?
It depends. We look at the house, we look at the zoning and see what the structure is right now. We look at the new zoning, the new density laws, and see what we can maximise out of that space. We might do an addition, we might add an extra floor, extra height, blow some square footage out on a bedroom. And then a lot of the times in these properties we're looking at for investors is creating revenue creating properties. So we look at the basement, right? It's always left and abandoned, so we look at renovating those for suites so people can get into these properties find renters to drive rental income, and then work up the property ladder, so it becomes a real. We're looking at real savvy ways of getting people to drive money out of these properties. You know, there's lots of great existing housing stock in the market,
exactly,
and City Hall is painfully slow. So the renovations, we really savvy in those. We're looking for people that are interested in doing some large renovations. So even, for example, like the old Shaughnessy houses, nobody ever touched those 5 years ago, but now there's a new market. People are buying these houses.
Yeah, good location.
They're phenomenal houses. They're big lots, and there's a market for large renovations and really strong returns in the high-end market.
Exactly. Well, I'm happy with all the information you provide me. You have anything else you want to add?
Not at this point. No, I just keep an eye out for us, watch us. You know, you'll see us all over town, and like I said, through the media outlets and in the paper. And we just signed a deal with the Canadian Home Renovation Plan, being their sole construction machine in Greater Vancouver, and that's a really savvy way of buying houses, and locked into the mortgage package, where we unlock the potential in new homes, do the renovation before people move in, give them great financing, so they can really.
So the CMHC.
Yes.
Do they? What kind of financing do they provide, or do they do anything?
They provide the financing. They work with mortgage brokers and offer really low rates of financing for it. It's like an add-on, like a construction package onto their existing mortgage when they purchase a home. Great rates, and we always encourage people to do it because number one, they get to transform the new home, customize it before they move in, and with the great rates on the cheap money. We do a construction, which always, I believe construction should always be a return on investment. So they do the kitchen, they do the bathroom, they do the basement, and it instantly makes the house more valuable, right? So it's like it's an investment. They purchase a house, borrow cheap money, they do a renovation, which drives the value of the house. So it's like an instant return on their investment, but as they transition into a new home, right? So so it's customizing plus / investment.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the information.
Thanks, Alex. It's good to see you.
I'm looking forward to do more business with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.